All right, and we're back. Or at least I hope we are. I've only got about 10 minutes, guys, and I've got to get out of here, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. So if you guys jump back in here, I'll answer as many questions as I can in 10 minutes. And that way, before I have to go pick my daughter up, we can hammer out a few more of them because I don't know what happened as far as the last stream. It just kind of froze on me, and I could not get it to end and restart, so I had to completely start a new one. So, like I said, it's 1:15. I'm going to let it go till 1:25. So we're already having some people jump back in. Elliot, thank you so much. Elliot says, good show so far. Key says, good stuff, Chase. I know we left off on talking about $1,000 bankrolls, and I hope you guys got all that information. So like I said, let's run this for another 10 minutes. That way I didn't leave you abruptly. And, yeah, we'll go from there. So probably not going to have all the people jump back on, which is understandable. Apologize for the technical difficulty. I really don't know what happened. So, Walter says, not sure that guy made it back. I don't know. We jumped. I mean, we were into the 70s as far as people on here. Now we're only at about 15, so which is understandable. They probably didn't think I was coming back, but we'll roll with what we have. Anything? Any thoughts on the Western Michigan b-ball game? Yeah, I have thoughts on it. As of right now, it's on my card. I'm waiting to hear about their shoot around this morning. But I'm gonna refrain from giving any thoughts because it may end up being on my premium card today. I don't know, Danny. It froze on me, and usually, like when it freezes like that, you give it a minute and you can just kind of refresh it, but it wouldn't let me do that. So did did you guys hear me give my opinion on what I would do with $1,000 bankroll as far as the amounts? Well, there really wasn't a ton of discussion on it. It was more or less, this is what I think you should do. I don't know if a lot of people will do it. But what it was basically saying was that will, doing amounts like that and doing it, you know, doing it the right way and not going overboard with it will not only allow you to take those losses, but have a day where you lose 2, 3, 4 games. And you could do that for 3, 4 days on end. And then when you come back and you go on those 7-day stretches where it's nothing but winning, you haven't put yourself in a position to not be able to continue to wager like you should be with all the action and continuing to maintain the same amounts that you're doing. Because if you don't follow that and you go out there and lose 20 to 40% of your bankroll in a day, what's going to happen when when the little losing streaks come where it happens for 3 or 4 days? Because those happen, guys. What's going to happen then? Your bankroll is going to be gone. So if you don't follow it, you will regret it. Just like John Hassler said in the last chat. He was with me for the MLB season. He didn't follow the system like he should have. He kind of got, wild on some things. And I don't know what that means if he just didn't follow the betting system or if he didn't follow my games and he did other games. I don't really know. But he admitted right there he should have followed it because now going back, not only does he regret it, but he knows that looking back for the season, he would have made money. And I mean, people like John Brady, who's been with me, and Jerry Valdez, who've been with me since day one, who started off with me doing nothing but baseball. Because when I launched and went public, that's what was out there was baseball. You make money hand over fist with me in a season of baseball. And guess what? Just because people call me the MLB king and I'll flat out say it, I'm the best MLB capper you'll find, doesn't mean I don't lose. Doesn't mean I don't go on losing streaks. Okay, so John says he bet more units than he was supposed to is what happened. And guys, this happens all too often. It's all too common, especially when you're dealing, and I'm not saying this to toot my own horn, guys, because I don't want to do that. I'm going to use someone else as an example just so I don't sound like a condescending jerk. Let's say that you're with another capper and he goes on, a streak where you're winning 2, 3, 4 games a day for 10 days. Well, a lot of times the amateur investor gets it in their head, even though they know in the back of their mind it's not possible, but they still have the mentality of, damn, this guy can't lose. And it's because of the streak that they're on. So it's understandable to think like that in certain situations. But when you think like that, what are you going to do? You're going to step out. You're going to go more. You're going to go bigger. And sure as the world, the way finances work is the first time you do something you shouldn't, something bad happens. So not only are you doing something you shouldn't do, mix that with something bad happening and the world and the floor crumbles beneath you. And then you're coming to me going, Chase, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Well, I can't put your bankroll back together if you don't have one. No bankroll, I can't help you, because, I don't want to sound like a jerk when I say this too. I ain't giving you a bankroll. Sorry. Y'all aren't going to give me one. I'm not going to give you one. So you got to have a bankroll if you want me to be able to help you. All right, what time is it? I got about 5 more minutes, guys, before I have to get out of here. Devin Jackson, do you have a big play this weekend? Devin, maybe. There is a game that I've had circled for the last 2 weeks, okay? I'll tell you that. It is a football play. It is in the NFL. When I first circled it, I thought this had play of the year potential. At this very moment, it does. But until I see at least 2 practice reports, get full injury updates to make sure nobody got hurt in practice, nobody went home and beat their wife, all that stuff, I cannot say for sure. And listen, I've only ever lost 1 play of the year ever in any sport. And I don't plan on making it 2. So it's got to be spot on 100% or I will not pull the trigger. Walter says you're going to need at least 5K or more to start doing damage. That is correct and incorrect. You can do damage with anything, Walter, but it's what type of damage do you want to do? Do you want to do damage that's going to be like, hey, I make more doing this than I do at my 9-to-5 job? Or do you want to do damage as in you just want to turn a sustainable side income that's consistent? Somebody asked, how much should we bet if we have a $1,000 bankroll? That is a question that I answered a few minutes ago, but I will answer it again. If you have a $1,000 bankroll and you were with me betting premium and daily top plays, I would be betting $25 a premium play, which could be anywhere from 2 to 5 plays in a day, sometimes even more on a huge day with 100+ games on. Daily top plays, $50, and your plays of the week, month, and year, $100, until you can sustain getting up to that $2,500 to $3,000 range, and then we'll up it from there. right, guys. I got time for... I'm going to be cutting it close. Let's do one more question. Elliot says, any thoughts on why that Portland line is so low, -2 over Sacramento? Truth be told, I think the word or the phrase load management has a lot to do with it. Nothing is set in stone yet, but wait till 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. You'll probably notice that somebody somewhere that would be a pivotal part in playing a team like that probably won't play. John Hassler says, not going to happen to me anymore. Learn my lesson. And here's the thing. This is what I tell people. Do what you want to do. I can show you better than I can tell you. I can get up here and preach day in and day out about bankroll management. I can preach to you about finance. I can preach to you about a business mindset. I can preach to you about whatever you want. Problem is, if you don't actually put it into use, I mean, I'm talking to a wall. So here's why I say I show you better than I can tell you, because I tell people, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do when you want to do it. And when you do it, the way you want to do it, and it doesn't work, and you go back and look, if you would have done what I said and you know valid proof, there it is, that would have worked, you'll be back. It may take you a while. You may have to rebuild a bankroll back up. You may not have to, whatever. But you'll be back. And guess what? You make it once, and I've proven to you that the way I want you to do it works and your way doesn't. Guess what? You won't do it again. So, hey, everybody's got to learn the hard way in something. Not everybody, including myself. I had to learn the hard way in a lot of things. What else do we got before we get out of here? Okay, thanks, Chase. Danny D-Rock asked, Chase, do you know where MLB baseballs are made? To the best of my knowledge, they are made in Costa Rica. At least I know that's where Rawlings balls are made. Is it okay to put $1,000 on a game, for example, like your game of the year, just to build a bankroll? It depends, Jackson. Do you have $1,000 to lose? Be honest. You don't have to be honest with me. Be honest with yourself. Do you have $1,000 to lose? And what I mean by that is, can you lose $1,000 today or any given day and still sleep that night? Are your bills still paid? Are your kids still taken care of? Is gas still in your car? Are you going to live the same lifestyle without a hitch if you lose that $1,000? Devin Jackson says no. Then no, it is not okay for you to put $1,000 on a game of the year. Reason why? It don't matter if it's a game of the year, game of the century. It doesn't matter if I pulled it out of an angel's asshole. It's sports and anything can happen, which means it could lose. It's unlikely for me to rate a game of the year and it lose. It just doesn't happen. Just like long term, I don't lose. But losing happens, which means that a game of the year could lose. And then what are you going to do? You're going to be mad at me, but that's not going to change anything. It's not going to change whether or not you lost that $1,000. So if you have the $1,000 to lose and you're willing to risk it to start a nice bankroll, then sure, go for it. But if you don't have it to lose, then absolutely not. It's not okay. Danny D-Rock says, you are correct. My second home. Yes, I like Costa Rica. I thought that's where they were made. All right, anything else before I jump out of here, guys? Hopefully, Let me know, yes or no. Did I give you guys some good information on bankroll management, on how to sustain losses and stuff like that? And we can do this again on Thursday. I'll be back on Thursday for another live show, probably be a longer one too. So, I mean, we can absolutely do that, but hopefully in the last basically hour and a half we've been chatting, I hope I gave you some good information. Nicholas Bauer says, great advice, well said. John Brandon Boy says, pulled out of an angel's asshole. I just spit my coffee all over the place. All right, Chase, thanks for the live show. Have a good one, guys. Thanks, Danny. Matt says, yes, sir. Appreciate it. Anytime, guys. Guys, if any of you have questions on packages or anything you want to get linked up with something short-term, long-term, whatever, try me out. Try me out for a second, third, fourth time after you are realizing you want to do things my way. Shoot me an email, chase@chasewins.com. If anybody has sent me an email already and I have not gotten back to you, I got to go pick my daughter up, and then I'm going straight to the office after I drop her off, and I will answer everybody's emails as I'm getting plays out. All right, everybody seems to be good. I'm going to try to archive both these videos in order, so hopefully that'll happen. All right, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Let's do it again on Thursday. Let me know if you want to do the same type of topics or if you want to do something else. If you do want to do something else, send me a tweet, send me an email, something, and let me know what you want your topics to be. Oh, shit. Walter, we did not get to your email. We will get to it on Thursday, I promise. Because I actually had stuff highlighted that I wanted to go over. But we'll get to it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.